What's up? It's Wednesday, and it was a crazy day, to say the least. Today I bent the rules a little bit, made a judgment call, but it's really crazy because there was this guy here in class with me. His name was Bruce. He was a Sioux Indian. He was in from South Dakota. All intents and purposes, he seemed like a really good guy. You know, the type of guy I'd be happy and honored to call my friend. We were in class today, and it was about an hour and a half before lunch, give or take. And the teacher kept running out. And so far, the class is kind of crazy. Hopefully, things get a bit more intense here because at this point, it's been nothing more than a glorified vacation. A lot of what we're going over is computer peripherals and networking and whatnot, things that I'm really well versed in. I have been warned that next week the noose is going to get extremely tighter, and I'm not going to have much free time, but I guess I'll take it as it comes. In my lifetime, I've been to hurricane ravaged areas, stood on top of 300-foot water towers, surfed the North Shore, and been to almost every state but 10. Bruce wasn't the best looking guy. Then again, I'm no Cupid myself. And but you could tell he was hungry. He was hungry for more than what he was getting. He wanted to be part of something. He wants to be. You know, I don't know if I ever see him again, but he wants to be part of something bigger, and he wants to be able to take care of his family. A lot like me. He wants his family to be proud of him, and he wants to be change things and impact the world in a positive way. As the teacher was going back and forth in and out of the class trying to grab the materials he needed for class, this dumb machine kept breaking down, and he had to go burn CDs and a whole bunch of other crap. Bruce and I was talking. He was telling me about the tribe and everything that he goes through, and we kind of touched on racial relations, and we kind of shared a few good moments. You know, I felt where he was coming from. He felt where I was coming from. You know, and you could tell it was a mutual respect that was going back and forth. Excuse me. And then the teacher came in and said a call came in. You need to call your wife. And you know, he's okay. So he gets up and he leaves to call his wife. Came back like 20 minutes later. Looked like he just saw a ghost. And the teacher and I just kind of looked at him. You know, the teacher and I were lost in our conversation. He's so happy he has a boat, and yeah, I got this boat, and I fishing and everything. And the teacher's really proud of his boat. Bruce sat down and just kind of stared into space, and we looked at him, and his eyes filled up, and he said, "My brother died." And I tell you, time stood still. Sometimes you get to the point where you just want to go home and hug your family. Sometimes you want to play catch with your dog, and you want to turn the alarm off, and life can be so unfair sometimes. It really can. I don't live life like I deserve anything. I don't even deserve to be alive, and that's the honest to God truth. I don't. I mean, every day, every second, every minute, every hour, every year is a gift. And all I want to do is just maximize my gift to the fullest potential. You know, I'm the biggest idiot, bar none, man. Not even taking it everywhere I've been seriously, not even thinking about it. I look at my Instagram and think, man, I've been there. Look at old pictures before social networking even came out, and even the pictures I have painted in my mind of Graceland, Elvis Presley's grave, and the Mississippi River, and the Chickamauga Mountains in Tennessee, places that I'll probably never visit again. And the only thing I have is just etching in my mind of the smoke and the trees in the background and the Civil War cannons. Geez, on Halloween you could probably look and swear that you see Confederates running, charging the field, and battles going on. Bruce just wants more out of life. And he was asking me today, how did I go from the weight I was at to the weight I am? And I was telling him, about the time I met this guy in Ohio named Theo, and how he told me, he gave me stuff he advised me to on some purchases, and told me that it would do wonders, and it was over the counter stuff, and it did. I tell you what, no explode, and the testosterone was just amazing, and made me feel like I could climb Mount Everest. And he was telling me, he says, I want to live a long, happy life, and he says, if you did it, if it really works, and I told him, I said, man, I swear by it, and if I had the money, I would have split it with him, but I felt so bad because the company that he worked for sent him here without even a car, without even a company credit card, and with nothing. Everything he was spending was out of pocket, later to be reimbursed. So once I heard, he walked into class, he started crying. I bought him lunch. I didn't bother telling my company, because I just kind of thought it's what any human being would have done. Sometimes if someone needs a hug, you just go and you comfort them. You do your best to be there for him. And while we were having lunch, he looked and he was looking at me, and I just kind of told him, brother, let it out, man. Let it out. He's gone. Just go ahead. It's okay. It's okay. And he just turned, and I could see the teardrops falling from his eyes. And he told me all about his brother growing up, and things that he went through on the reservations, and how his dad died, and how he was trying to hold the family together, and how he was so happy to be working for the casinos, and the benefits and things that he couldn't have out there and at home. And I just felt bad for him. I purposely ordered. I paid for him, and I purposely ordered, a couple more things, knowing that he would take it. And then as we were coming back to the hotel, I felt like a total idiot. I was asking him, how do you say friend and Sue? And he told me, and I totally forgot. And then he said, how something, Cholos, I guess something. And I responded, I extended my hand, and I said, that's how you say it in Sioux. And he says, yes, that's how you say it in Sioux. And he said, how? And he said the word, and I repeated after him, and he laughed, and then I laughed, and I said, well, I'm going to tell you something you don't know. He said, what's that? And I said, hola, amigo. And I extended my hand, and then he responded in his native tongue. I asked the hotel here that when I leave, if he should come back, to be looking out for him and to take good care of him, because what happened. And hopefully he gets a chance to come back. I believe that everyone who's hungry to do something in life should have that opportunity. And although he did, no one ever wakes up Monday, with plans. 12 o'clock, I'm going to eat lunch, and I need to be free between 1 and 2, because that's when I'm dying. So, and neither does anyone foresee, the death of a loved one. I could do this. I'm a road warrior. It's what I've done before. I've been in Louisiana. I've sat on the back of a porch eating a hot dog next to a lady. It's probably dead by now. Looking at this boat over the ravine in a million pieces. And I remember, as hot as it was, I felt like my body was getting drenched in the clothes that I was wearing, and my jeans were sticking to my legs, and the mosquitoes. And I tell you, Louisiana's a unique place. She looked and she told me, she said, son, if it wasn't for that hill, that there shrimp boat would have came right into the school, crushing the school, and probably killing us all. I looked at her and I just smiled and said, thank God for the hill, huh? She said, indeed, thank God for the hill. As that humid air blew and we continued eating our hot dogs. Life of a road warrior is not easy, man. It's not easy at all. And my kids don't know it, but I'm supposed to be heading home Friday. We're supposed to be helping, at least being there to help move. My company called me and touched base with me and said that was a good thing I did. He told me not to worry about paying it back, that they would have done the same thing and that they were proud of me. He's on his way home now. He went to GNC, and and he was asking me, and I was telling him, I said, man, I am telling you, you want to get this. And I said, it is really good. I said, you'll feel vibrant, you'll feel awake, you'll feel alert, and I mean, your senses will pick up. And I said, you'll feel, energy. And I says, even when you get lucky, I says, your wife will get to the point where she's putting a time limit on you. And then he just laughed. And then he walked to the GNC. I really don't think he believed me, and I think he was just wanting the company, and I respected that. I was there just to listen to him and help him out. And while I was there, I tried witnessing to him, telling him about God, and speaking to him, walking tactfully, of course, because traditional Native Americans obviously believe in a higher power, but they believe in a different way. I choose to believe all paths lead to God, one Lord, one faith, one baptism. There's no way on God's green earth that he's going to sit up there in heaven and say, Catholics over here, Jewish over here, Protestants over here, Baptists back row, give or take. So, I was telling them that I'll be praying for him, and, I pray that God will keep his hand on him and his family, and the good things will come to him, and I do, and I believe that in the name of Jesus, and I hope, and I pray that, God extends his hand and comforts him and gives him and his family strength in this time of loss. I was going to have him at the hotel tonight and maybe get some pizza and watch the game. Hopefully the Cavs win. But it's a somber day indeed. I worked out so hard that I'm pretty sore. I'm thinking about taking a break tonight. Trying to make myself go to sleep. Hopefully my family calls and everything's okay. But day 3's in the books. Once again, the temperature is beyond bearable. When I come back next week, I'm gonna, Friday, I'm head out to the sites. I may ask one of the hotel staff to go with me just to hang out. If not, God, I don't want to do it by myself. But I've been known to be an adventurer. I remember driving through, heading to Mississippi, and the road was so flat. In the distance, you could see the dust coming up, and wow, this is Mississippi. you know, and I remember passing the sign that says, actually, I was in Tennessee, and crossing over, and as I got closer to Mississippi, I remember seeing the signs that say Graceland, and I was getting closer and closer, and I'm thinking, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm driving up, and ironically, I needed gas, and I stopped, and stupid me, Graceland Boulevard. I pull up at a BP, and I go in and I pay for it, and I just show my ID, and they say, "Oh, you must be here for Graceland." I said, "Where's Graceland?" And everyone around me started laughing. And said, "Dude, you're right here by his house." So what? Right, and I went up and I looked. I could see the Lisa Marie, and I thought, "What the hell? Let me go to Graceland." So I went ahead and I went on the tour, and I saw the Lisa Marie, and it was really cool. But I hope he has that chance to live a tenth of the life I've lived. And I'm the most fucked up person, bar none. I'm hoping in the long term, one of my major bucket list things is that my family could look at me and say, "Oh, what a guy." My dad don't want nothing to do with me, and I love going to church, and my God, I love the feeling knowing that God's around me and that He's there to take care of me and lift me up and edify me. But I can never be God because there's people that I just really love the freaking yeah. But I try to be the better person. I got kids at home that believe in me, and even if I don't believe in myself, they believe in me. I'm gonna cut this telecast short because right now there's just not much more to say. Live from the Residence Inn, room 247. I'm Rocky Munoz. Thanks for listening.